Wait. No, that's not. Wait. Okay. Oh my goodness. A little early this morning, but that's okay. I got. Turns out I had more than I thought I had to do. I had things to do today that turned out it's gonna be a little earlier than I thought I was gonna be. So, gotta go live here and see y'all for just a minute before I had to go do whatever it is. Now, first thing we got to do here is we got to make coffee. So, meow. Hold on a minute. There we go. Now, I also need to refill the sweetener here. Now, once I get this done, I will share and see if there's anybody else awake wants to come hang out. I know. We got to make us some coffee. Let's see, which mug shall I choose today? Ah, there you go. Did it work? Yes, it did.
Hi.
Come on in. A little earlier than I thought I'd be today. Turns out I got stuff to do today, but everybody's like, oh, wait, we need to do such and such earlier. So I'm like, okay. That's okay. We'll come hang out for a little while and have coffee. I don't need spoons.
Oh, yeah, I haven't even had coffee yet myself.
Oh,
Our,
that's
place, our place is becoming a haven of cardboard and paper, but the Amazon package is showing up.
boy. Yeah, mine should start showing up on Monday. So, also need coffee. Yes, we understand this. Oh boy. Hi. How's everybody doing? Hi, Darius. How are you?
Yeah, that becomes one of the main toys he gets to play with.
What was it? I don't remember what it was. Too early for this shit. Anyway, no. That's one of the things I'm thinking about coffee. That's one of the things I could send you for a taste test at some point. Some Louisiana chicory coffee.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sit down in the dark. Oh, there we go.
In the dark of the night. Hello.
My favorite gay channel is back. Hey, cuties.
It's a little more complicated than that, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm an ally, so let me just clarify that too.
Oh my gosh.
The gays love me, so it's all good.
And we will accept the hey cutie because we are cute.
Yes, we are. If I donate 100, can I be a moderator? No. Yeah. Moderator is earned; it's not paid for. That's not how it works.
We'll still take
You
the
can
donation.
still take the donation. Yeah, you can still drop the 100. That's fine.
We got Christmas gifts to buy.
We got bills and shit.
Adults. Or adults with bills.
Mm-hmm.
Black, I said.
Adulting is a scam. Don't get into it.
And now I want a refund, damn it.
Uh-huh. We were lied to so much.
We were lied to.
Oh, you bastards.
And it's like I remember we were kids, we're like sitting there, trying to play like you know, um, we're adults with going to the office and thinking, oh, this is gonna be great. We're driving, and we're like, oh, Craig, and then we actually get to be adults, and we're like, really, really, Kylie, he wishes.
Highly we wishes, yes. Oh, shit.
No, I'm
Are you
scared of
guys
his
still?
wife.
Yes.
Which is
Wishing.
what, sweetheart. If we have to tell you, you may, yeah.
Hmm.
Like if you have to ask the question, you're not ready for the answer.
No.
Oh my goodness. I was going through this morning because I had gone over to Bestie's Bestie and I went to watch Wicked Part 2 in the theaters yesterday. Uh and she asked if it would be possible because she just moved. She was just moved to a new apartment.
Mm.
She asked me possible if I'd help her just for a few minutes yesterday evening, go through her all of her crafting stuff to organize, put it in the big desks, roll top desks she's got, right? So we're
Uh-huh.
sitting there and just kind of, moving things around and I find that she has a bag of a bunch of dice. And I'm like, okay, I want some of those because I had some more spaces in my thing to fill. So she's like, yeah, she's like, but those are I said, you have had them in a drawer for a year. Okay.
Mhm.
You're not gonna miss them, I promise. But I got 7 more spaces to fill, so it's
Oh, we got to find stuff to fill those spaces.
always important.
Always. Hmm. You're married, I can tell. We're YouTube married.
We're
I'm
YouTube
exclusive.
married, yes.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
exclusive to her on YouTube.
right. You know how you have an office wife or an office spouse, or you've
Mhm.
got so we're YouTube spouses.
Yes. 100%.
Unfortunately, it doesn't come for either of us. It doesn't come with like the insurance benefits or nothing like that.
Yeah, the
So,
conjugal visits. So,
I mean, look, if we could get some of those donations we're talking about in the chat, we could afford like plane tickets and stuff. Jesus.
hmm, yep.
Morning, Crystal. How are you?
Morning, Crystal.
I've noticed whenever I'm traveling these days, it is less a problem now with like even gas or the plane tickets or whatever. It's the hotels. The hotel
Hmm.
bill, like for per night, is ridiculous now.
Yeah. And what you pay for is nothing like what you do not
No,
get what
you're
you
not.
pay for.
You're not. I'm not getting 5 star here. I'm thinking just Holiday
Mhm.
Inn. You
No.
know.
Hi,
Good
Crystal.
morning. Good. Oh, two crystals in the chat. Good morning. Morning.
Two crystals. Nice.
Yeah, y'all up
So,
early.
do you want to share the bearskin story or do you want to hold out?
Oh no, I can share that with you. It's
Okay.
funny. Um, so there's so many stories. Yes, you are new here. Nice to meet you. Um, there are so many stories of my dad growing up. He grew up in the country. His mom, single mom in the 50s, which is unheard of.
Mm,
But she worked 2 jobs, so he's basically grew up on his grandparents' farm up in the country, up North Louisiana. And so he and his cousins and his little school buddies would get into all kinds of mess. Just because, yeah. And it was sometimes malicious, sometimes just mischievous. But this one time, he had a buddy from school. We're just gonna call him Johnny. I don't remember what his name was. But Johnny's dad, yeah, you remember the Smokey the Bear? Oh, I'm sorry, Joseph. That's sad. But you remember Smokey the Bear that did the whole, forest fires and whatever?
mhm,
Well,
mhm,
his Johnny's dad was member of the wildlife and fisheries, and so occasionally he would put on a Smokey the Bear costume and go to schools and talk to the kids, with the
mhm,
hat and the vest and all this kind of stuff. Well, one day Johnny and my dad were playing around, and they figured out that if you take off the hat and the vest and you looked far away, you kind of looked like an actual bear with that thing on. So they decided to pull something. The highway that runs up and down in in it, in Louisiana, there's lots of stuff on it now, but back in the early 60s there was nothing. There was woods on either side, right? And so they figured out there's a bend on one end and bend on the other and a good stretch of road. So they figured one of them would get in the bear suit, hide in the tree line. The other one would stand out by the road and wait to see if their car was coming and then wave to him and say, "Hey, hey." And the one in the bear suit would come out and attack them, like they're getting mauled by a bear. And then they'd laugh and the car would, speed off or whatever. And so they did this a few times, it's been a couple of turns each. And this time it's my dad's turn in the bear suit. So he's waiting in the tree line. Johnny's out there, gives him the sign, and so he runs out and tackles Johnny. And then he all of a sudden he hears, and again it's a little bit of a distance away. This car is coming. Johnny didn't know what kind of car it was. He just saw a car shaped thing. He hears sirens, and all of a sudden, like again, it's maybe 50 yards away still, but the car screeches to a halt, flies open, and he looks up and he sees a sheriff's deputy and his riding partner jumping out of the car. One of them's got a shotgun. So he's like, F this, and he takes off into the trees, starts running, and Johnny apparently has seen this, but by the time like one officer goes to check on him, the other one keeps running after the bear, right?
Mhm.
Um, but he's checking on, and by the time he gets to little Johnny is cannot breathe. He's crying. He's laughing so hard, clutching his stomach, so he cannot explain what is going on here. And my dad's running, and he hears, this big heavy boots behind him still coming after him. And finally he gets where he's able to hide behind a tree, but the boots behind him suddenly stop and you hear that telltale sound. But thankfully the other deputy is comes running, "Wait, wait, it's just a kid in a costume." And so they snatch up my dad, they snatch up little Johnny, take him back to the station, and explain what's going on to the sheriff. All three of them beat their asses. And they call little Johnny's dad. Little Johnny's dad beats their asses. Then they call my dad's grandfather. The grandfather beats their asses. And he says they were all of like 8 years old at this point.
Mhm.
So again, how he managed to make it to adulthood, how he made it through elementary school, I'm not sure. But that is just one example.
Oh my God. Ah.
It's a kid in a costume. Like, oh, because I mean, he's running. He has no time to try to get the zipper off and try to. And little Johnny's no help. He finally, I guess, calmed down to enough to explain. Like, oh my god.
This, oh.
To this day, it's like I'm still not quite sure if that is a true story or not. But apparently, Dad says that again, little Johnny apparently is still alive somewhere and could corroborate this story. But I've never met this person, so
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
but
Oh.
yeah, I don't know. And honestly, if you knew my father, this would not surprise you
Uh,
at all. Like, there's because there's also the stories of like him and his little cousins where they used to take these tall, young pines that were still fairly flexible, but enough that you could climb to the top, hold on to the top, and kind of drift to the ground as the,
uh,
the pine would bend a little bit, and then
mhm.
let it go. The pine, and then go back up again, whatever. Well, they had their youngest cousin Mikey was smaller than the rest of them, obviously, but he liked to hang around with the big kids.
Uh-huh.
Well, they led this kid a dog's life. just because, little kid trying to play with the big cousins, and they're like, just get away, you bother me. But he goes up and he comes down sort of part of the way, but doesn't let go. And it swings back, and of course it shakes him, and he falls, and he comes up like crying, clutching his arm, and they're all telling him like, "You don't say a word to mom and grandma and grandpa, or we're gonna beat your ass, to get us in trouble, blah 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 blah." Well, this goes on for 2 or 3 days before grandma realizes that little Mikey is his arm is not looking too good. So she takes him, and this was a big another big thing because the hospital was like 45 minutes away,
Yeah.
so having to find a car, get the gas to go, and then go pay the doctor bill to have him looked at. Turns out his arm was broken.
Mm.
And she comes back and lines them all up. Says, "Okay, who goes first?" And of course, first it was all who's going to explain first, and then who's going to get their butt whooped first
First,
for
yeah.
doing, for like, it's like, okay.
Wow.
And they're great friends now. I guess you go through that kind of thing.
That's trauma building right there. So,
I guess.
Oh, man.
So yeah, that is the Bear Suit story. What I need to do is I need to get Dad just one day. I need to start talking, get him to start talking, and hit the voice record.
Button. Yep. There's that makes me think of I doubt it even exists anymore. When I was like 5 or 6 or something, my grandparents had, it was a tape player, but it had the capability of recording. Remember, this is okay. I'm 5, so this is 1980.
It was these big. It was like this big block, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I just remember, my sister and I would take it and just randomly say stupid shit on the tape, because we don't understand it. But my grandfather, my mother's father, just recorded just one little thing on there, and he passed away like a year later. And I really wish I still had that tape. Yeah, it may exist somewhere, but it might be gone. But man, that would be a find if I could have that.
Well, it's like, I wish I'd saved some of the voicemails of my granddad calling me, to check on, how they do. They check on the girls, But
see if I can set this down without falling.
Right.
It fell. Set that right there. Don't move. Don't move. See, it moves. See, it moves.
It's all my fault. I can tell you. Yeah, it's all my fault.
So anyway, this now you can't slip. Aha!
You can watch the magic of the coffee making at Scott's house. The magic anti-unaliving juice. And do you just use regular milk or like half and half? Just regular old half and half. All right.
Yeah, it's hazelnut coffee, so it's already got a flavoring in it.
Oh, okay.
We also have these things to try, the blueberry biscuit stone type thingies. So those to try out.
But yeah, somehow that reminded me of another story he told as an adult when he started patrolling with the sheriff's office. He apparently he was going down. He was patrolling by himself in the patrol car one night. A little at the end of summer. It's not cold or anything out. He's just kind of hanging around. It's quiet. Nothing happened. All of a sudden he turns down a street, and he sees this little African American boy, 4 or 5 years old, walking around, oversized t-shirt, must be his brother's or his dad's or somebody's, hanging off him like a dress, barefoot, walking down the road with a puppy under one arm and half a bag of puppy chow under the other arm. Not looking scared, not crying, nothing, just kind of do 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 walking around. And he stops and he tries to talk to the kid. The kid's not saying anything. He's just kind of looking at him curiously, doesn't look scared, and nothing like that. Just kind of looking at him. So he finally coaxes the kid and the puppy into the back of the car, takes him back to the sheriff's station. And the sheriff himself was on duty that night. He was stuck doing paperwork, poor thing. And he looks up when they come in. He says, "Oh, it's you again. What you doing this time, kiddo?" Dad's like, "What?" So they get the kid set up with a snack and some water at one of the desks, and they get some water for the puppy, and so the sheriff explains. He says, every month or so, this kid will find him either, sometimes at night, sometimes during the day, just walking around, going and doing, getting out of his house. He says his parents, we have found no signs of neglect, no signs of abuse, no signs that he's scared of them or anything, but they will try everything they can to keep this poor kid in the house at night, because dangerous, right? They've locked doors and windows, but somehow the kid always finds a way to pick them and get out the house. And he just apparently takes into his head to just go and do something, right? So he calls their house, and they had gone out looking for him, but they had come back, and so apparently he calls them, we have him here. Like, oh great, cool, we're gonna come get him. And when they come in, he runs to him, Mom, Dad, finally for the first word he speaks, looking happy, hugs him. And they kind of coax out of him his story, just a few words at a time, because he's not real verbal, but he says, basically the story they get is that the puppy missed his mom and brothers, apparently the litter that they adopted it from. So he was taking him to go visit. Okay.
Okay.
But he says he tried to keep track of the kid. They took him home. He tried to keep track of the kid, and apparently they had him, tested a few years later. This kid was all 5 years old, but they had him tested later. Genius IQ, what we would now call autistic, but they just called him a
Autistic.
savant then.
Mhm.
And he just sort of would take it in his head. If he got an idea, he'd do it. He'd take apart the radio in the living room, or he would, take it and go on an adventure, or, and no lock could keep him in, all this stuff. He just that night
Mhm.
he decided he and the puppy were going on an adventure. He had the puppy, had food for the puppy. He just went on.
Ready
Okay.
to go. Yep, you never know. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, there was no signs of abuse or neglect or anything on this kid. He was so excited to see his mom and dad. He just, he thought his brain operated on a different level.
Now that leads me to a story, but this is a completely different paradigm. Okay,
Oh boy.
this is a wrestling story. I'm not involved in this,
Uh-oh.
so I need to give some context. In the late 50s, early 60s, wrestling was divided into territories.
Okay.
Okay, which would usually mean that there was a wrestling promotion in a major city. They would do, if that major city had a big convention hall or an arena of some
Right.
kind, they do the big show there, and then they would do all these little small towns around that. Mhm. And the big thing that happened in the 50s and 60s was television. And television needed programming.
Yes.
Well, pro wrestling was right there to fill the void. Wrestling was one of the first things on television to begin with. So a lot of these wrestlers were starting to become pretty popular in their respective areas. Okay. Now, a tag team that was a brother combination that got pretty popular in the South, probably around like Southern Tennessee, Northern Alabama, Mississippi, were the Fargo brothers.
Okay.
Jackie and Don Fargo.
Okay.
They were the fabulous Fargos, as they were known on television. But what they were perceived to be on television was nothing like they were behind the scenes,
Oh boy.
as with all entertainment, because they would just do stupid shit just to pass the time or just for a laugh.
Yeah.
So, as the story goes, that Jackie and Don are driving down the road, and there's another person in the car who's driving the car.
Yeet.
The name's not important. As they're driving down the road, they see black guy walking down the side of the road, and it's late at night, Birmingham, Alabama. In the 60s.
Right.
It's like not too safe for this guy to be walking like that.
Right. Yeah.
So they decide, well, we're going to give this guy a ride. They pull up alongside him, and they roll down the window. The guy comes running up to the car, looks in the car, goes, "The Fabulous Fargos. Come on, Pally, get in the car." Kid gets in the back seat. Jackie's in the front. Don's in the back. The kid's back here, and the guy's driving. They're driving along, and Jackie and Don start arguing.
Oh dear.
Get into a beef about some BS. And finally, after a few minutes, a few miles of arguing all this stuff, "You son of a bitch," Don pulls out a gun and shoots Jackie. It's a blank gun.
Of course.
Jackie goes down. The guy driving the car, "Oh, God damn it," pulls the car over. "Oh, gee, now you've done it." Well, the son of a bitch deserved it. So Don and the driver get out of the car, grab Jackie's body, drop it in the ditch. And they go like, "Well, now the only witness is you." "Oh, God, no." Like, "You take off running through that field, and I'm going to give you the count of 10. Of course, they get to 5. They start blowing blanks and shooting in the air. Get Jackie up, get back in the car. They start driving. Then the way he tells it is later on, Jackie, Don, and the wrestler are sitting in a restaurant having something to eat, and this guy comes running in the front door, blown up, screaming, "Oh, God, call the police, call the police. I just saw that man get killed."
So they're assholes.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Got it. As kids, we'd call them little shits, but
Yeah, they're big shits.
big shits.
Another time. Another story.
Okay.
Another time. Yeah. The ribs don't ever end. Who is this? Roy Welch, who was a wrestling promoter in the South, and Sam Bass, who was a wrestler, became a promoter. They were business partners.
Okay.
And Sam was at their office,
Mhm.
and Roy comes up to the lobby of the office, and they had a new secretary, and he looks at the secretary. "Where's baggy ears?" Baggy ears means you got the cauliflower ears and all the ears cranking on the ears.
Right.
He talked about money. "Well, he's busy right now." "I don't give a shit." Barges in the door, and the woman's sitting outside, and they're going back and forth. And all of a sudden, bam, bam! She comes running in the room, and there's Sam, dead behind the office there in the chair. And they got, "Oh, the son of a bitch deserved it. All right, you get his feet." What? So they both grab the body, to take it downstairs, dump the body in the dumpster. Roy takes the woman, says, "You ain't going to say nothing now, are you?" "Oh, no, God, no, I won't say nothing." He takes her around the front door. Sam goes up through the back door, and when she gets back upstairs, there's Sam like this in her chair, and I think she quit shortly after that.
I don't blame her. I'd have been like, "You assholes. I hate you."
Yeah, that's wrestlers for you.
Okay. You've got to see when I pull up, because I was going to take my other account and I was going to share the live right here. So I pull it up on my cheapo phone here. And you've got to see what the thumbnail looks like before the thing starts playing. Okay.
Yep, that's right. I'm used to women doing that when they see me, so it's okay.
Is it for a good reason or not? Uh-huh. We all know the truth.
That's right.
Let's see.
My wife didn't fall for me for my money. I didn't have any at the time. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, it's like I always say, it's like, if somebody wants to rob me, okay, great. You ain't gonna get much.
You ain't got nothing. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if a couple of peppermints and a random hair tie is what you want, okay, cool.
You want pictures of my cats and my niece? Go right
Right. There
ahead.
you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Like,
Nothing else in there but buttons. You want my pass card so I can print something at my office? Go ahead.
you want like a 2-year expired gift card to Books a Million? Sure, go ahead.
Mm,
I think I actually did have to I think I actually did throw one of those away one time because my mom gives me those for Christmas and like I forget that they're there.
uh, mhm,
Put it in your wallet and I forget it's there. Like, okay, well.
mhm. Uh, I don't know what the hell got into both of us yesterday morning, but
Mm,
she was dead set. She wanted to get a haircut. I was
okay.
like, okay. So she booked at 9 in the morning. And all right, you go. I'll drop you off at the barber there, the Supercuts. I'll hit the bank. Got to do some stuff there. Dropped her off. I was at the bank 5 minutes. Got everything done. Go
Right.
back, pick her up. In the same plaza is a TJ Maxx
Ah,
and Hannaford, which is a grocery store,
right,
big
right.
huge superstore. So she's like, "You want to go to TJ Maxx now?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." So we go in there. We found everything for our niece
Oh,
for
very nice.
Christmas.
Very nice.
So that was nice. A couple things for here, and I go to put that in the car, and she's like, "You want to run the Hannaford script a few things?" Just, yeah, I guess we can do that. Did not plan on this, and go inside, did a big shop,
Yeah, yeah.
wound up doing way more than we thought we would, and then got back here all in time for us to eat something quickly so I could take her to her physical therapist for a half-hour session
Right, right.
and do that. And then we got back here. Then I think we were able to relax. Like all that stuff happened in the span of
My
three
God.
hours that we did not plan on. So,
Well, somehow it's a similar thing. My mom and I just got this random idea on Thursday to go shopping because I don't have very many like long sleeve things. You don't need you generally need them. So like sometimes I'll
yeah.
clean out and be like, okay, I don't need this anymore or whatever. So I was like, hey, let's, go and get, a couple of long sleeve t-shirts, a sweatshirt or sweater or something, da, da, da. And so we plan this is in the morning and I'm still working. I said, when I get off, I'll come get you and we'll go. Well, when I get off work, it is not only, like 45 degrees, not terrible, but it's also raining,
Mm.
which is just gross, cold and rainy. But we're like, you know what? It's okay. We'll be inside most of the time. And so we're just like bopping around town for a couple of hours and we stop and get some ramen from a nice little ramen restaurant, after we're done because we're like we're cold at this point, It's like, what were we thinking? I have no idea. You should have stopped me, but no.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Meanwhile, here it was -2 on Wednesday or something like that
Right.
morning. Yeah. It's fun when I get to look at the thermometer in my car and it says 0. I'm like, there is no temperature.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Is nothing.
Well, at least in conditions like that, you know where you stand. You know you're gonna need your big coat. You're gonna need your scarf. But
Mhm.
it doesn't matter. Like around here, it doesn't seem to matter. Whatever you're wearing for the conditions is wrong.
Right. Yeah.
You either like it, based on the you step outside and for a minute there, it's okay. It's not too bad. I don't need a big coat, just a light jacket or even short sleeves or whatever. And you get 5 minutes in, you're like, oh crap, I should have, or you got your big old coat and your scarf and you're about to boil, 20 minutes in. So it's like, well,
Mhm.
we just deal with it, I guess.
Never ends.
We tend to stick with the layers in that case because especially if you go around here and it is chilly outside, so you need your jacket and you need the all that stuff. But you go inside anywhere, they've got the heater on high. So you're about to
Mhm.
roast when you step inside. So, you know.
The uh, knowing about the building we work in is we don't have individual temperature controls.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
like if we're in an open area, so we have that, but there's several different offices along the perimeter,
Mm.
and office A controls the temperature for A, B, and C, that kind of thing.
Oh
So
boy.
A is like roasting, and then C is like freezing.
Oh God.
So trying to figure that stuff out is always a great fun.
Well, the we had this a similar problem, only it was a lot more annoying to deal with because at when I had an office up at the hospital, the only ones who could fix a thermostat in any There were no thermostats. The only people who could fix the temperature in any given area was maintenance, and they had to go and and log it and make sure like it was a whole big thing to actually get a hold of them, then to put it, because once they set the temperature, if they set the air conditioning on, let's say, they kept the air conditioning on it, whatever that was, until you called and told them otherwise. Or like in the winter, they'd set the heater on, and until you told them to turn it off, it kept going. So, and you'd get it progressively warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer. Like, so we all decided space heaters were technically a no-go because that is a fire hazard and blah 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 blah.
Uh, mm,
You know,
mhm.
but we're like, you know what? We're not going to deal with this. We're going to let them leave it on thing, and we're going to have our blankets, and we're going to have our space heaters. And when Joint Commission comes through, we're just going to put it in a desk drawer.
Right.
Yeah, like it was just ridiculous to try to deal with it otherwise.
Mhm.
Because and we would have a fight because I was in an office full of women, and all different ages and sizes and shapes. So we had some of the younger, skinnier ones who were absolutely freezing to death. And then you've got, some of the older ones who are going through the time of life. They're about to just burn up and melt on the floor, and
Yep.
everything in between. So it's like, what do you do? Like, finally, I think the older women just got seniority and age. It's like, look, we're keeping it cool. You guys just wear more
Yeah.
clothes.
Just suck it up.
We're just like, yes, ma'am. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
And me, I was fine with it because I always grew up, mom working in the hospital. She kept the house always cold anyway, so I'm used to it.
Mhm.
I'm good with it,
Yeah.
But
We're supposed to get more snow today, from what I'm seeing in the
well,
forecast too, but not like a major accumulation of any kind. The trip for next weekend to Jersey right now, weather-wise, looks fine.
that's good
Right now.
for now,
So,
right?
yeah, because I have to check, here, New York, and New Jersey to make sure
Sure.
everything is fine. It's usually warmer in Jersey, so if we saw, we would have snow here, they'd have rain there, that kind of thing.
How long of a
But
trip is it usually?
4.5 hours.
That's not bad. Not terrible.
No, it's not bad at all. Yeah, once I get on the interstate, it's kind of a straight shot going
Yeah,
south.
I tend to think of like if I'm going to take a day trip, it has to be 4 hours or less anywhere because that gives me a chance to
Mhm.
get up a little early, go do things for a couple hours, come back, and still sleep in my own bed.
Yeah,
Let's
that was
see.
our thing when we in the wrestling business. We'd drive like 3 hours to a show sometimes, and then do the show, and then come back home and be in bed by 2. Nothing compared to my jaunts to a company called Ring of Honor in Philadelphia, where I would leave 6 a.m. in the morning
Mhm.
on a Saturday. A friend of mine would pick me up from Rutland, Vermont to Philly is 6.5, 7 hours.
Okay, so about from here to San
So we,
Antonio.
oh, okay, that's it. Okay. Drive to Philly. We get there around 1 o'clock. We wait for the ring truck to show up,
Okay.
and then the rest of the ring crew shows up. We have to bring everything from the truck inside. That's the ring, chairs, barricades, tarps, these metal, sheet metal pieces that go on the barricades
Hmm.
with the company logo on it,
Right,
saying
right.
promotion, all that stuff. That takes a few hours. Still haven't eaten yet. Then show starts at 7. Work security at the show. Show's 3 hours long. Over by 10. Tear everything down. Load it up into the truck. Then we get to eat.
Oh Lord.
1 in the morning, maybe midnight. 1 in the morning, we go to Tony Luke's, get a cheesesteak, and then get on the road. Drive back 7 hours. I'm home 25 hours later. No sleep. A cheesesteak, and I didn't get paid for it. It's called
I'm
paying
gonna
dues.
pat your head.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pat your
Yep, there
head.
you go.
Special, special. Okay.
hmm And I couldn't wait to do it again.
I mean, I've had trips and stuff like that with that same thing, It
Hmm.
would come back completely exhausted, probably dehydrated to the max because we hadn't, had a chance to stop or whatever. But we're like, oh my God, that was so fun.
Yep. Yeah, and sometimes we get to do something on the show, get beat up by somebody, or just being involved somehow.
Right,
Plus,
right.
we were all the guys who were on the ring crew were all from the Northeast Independents. We all knew each other,
Mhm.
so there was camaraderie there, and we could mess with each other. And we're in the locker room with guys. This is 2002.
Yeah, yeah,
All those guys pretty much have become huge stars in WWE now. So it's like we were there. We were there
exactly.
before they became that. So remember taking Walter to as our boy, your wall ball, my boy, and
Well,
yep. I was like, dude, you got to come with me to a show, do ring crew. It's
mm,
fun. It's all this stuff. So we decide we're gonna. He decides to come with me February 2003,
mm,
and this is in Queens, New York.
in
All
Queens. All
right.
right.
Yes, Queens Boulevard, the Elks Lodge. Now, usually the buildings that we would do them at, they're like armories or schools or recreation centers.
Yeah, these big kind of industrial looking.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And they have easy access,
yeah.
usually with a loading dock of some kind.
Hmm.
You can back the truck up to, or the doors right there, and you can meander it in.
Yeah.
That's not the case with the Elks Lodge. We're literally carrying stuff up the fire escape
Oh, yay.
and feeding it through a window.
There's a big
Yeah.
window.
Uh-huh. No, it was not a big window.
Oh boy.
where you have a 18-foot steel beam
Uh-huh.
that is needed to formulate the ring.
Yeah.
Well, you get it up the stair. You get it up here.
Uh-huh.
You remember the stairs go like this.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, like
sharp
that.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So in order to get that beam through the window, you have to extend that beam
Out over the
out
oh boy.
over as far as you can get it, so you can angle the part near you to go into the window and then feed it into more people who are inside to catch it. Yeah, this is the kind of shit we got to do.
And of course you end up with a bunch of redneckers or rubberneckers right below going, oh.
Oh, what's that?
Always. When
So
there's
they
something like that
decided
going on, you get a bunch of rubberneckers just like,
always.
what's going
Yeah.
on? Like, get out the
Although in New
way.
York, it's kind of like in New York, it's kind of like whatever. Yeah, Queens Boulevard.
So the ones that were going, oh, are probably tourists.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. You can. They were the ones getting mugged. This was the show that the people in charge wanted to do a riot.
Oh, stage a riot. Okay.
Stage a riot, and I was not told about it ahead of time, but I was kind of getting messages through other people like, they're doing a riot thing tonight. I'm like, okay,
okay.
what do we do? Just react. Just, this is going to happen. Just go with it. All right.
Yeah, okay.
So Walt's there, like I said. Now Walt is sitting up on a stage. I'm down. I'm not by the ring, but I'm near it in case there's something wrong with the ring. I can run and fix it.
Yeah,
yeah. So they get to the point, and the riot starts. People start jumping the railing, get into the ring. The locker room and empties, and people are fighting and pushing and all this stuff. You're working with each other, but you got to make it look real.
Look real, at least.
So yeah, and it's chaos, and there's all kinds of stuff happening. And I remember finally settled the thing down. We got, everyone that jumped the railing was taken out of the building, and the wrestlers went back to the locker room, and they're yelling at the promoter like, "You fucking caused this shit, you stupid mother!" Just going nuts. Just trying to make it look as real as possible. So after it's over, I'm kind of like, like trying to sell like it's exhausting.
Right.
I'm by the ring there, and I glance up at the stage, and there's Walter, eyes bugging out of his head, like because he didn't know what was really going to go down. And all I did was this.
The super
And he looked at me and said,
exaggerated. Yeah. Oh,
so I was
got
like,
it.
everything's okay. Because I can't yell out, it's okay, dude. It was a work.
Right, right.
Give him the Iggy. So,
Yeah, so you don't, especially in stuff like that, you don't yell out anything that's basically, it was all fake.
yep. Don't worry, everyone's fine. They're all going nuts in the locker room at how stupid these people are. Which that was the point. It was like, I remember the booker, the guy who was running the show, like, you see all the people with their phones talking to people, trying to
Mhm,
get pictures on the internet.
uh-huh.
You're like, it worked.
They
It
were.
was getting like, got a lot of attention.
Well, it's
So,
like you that's like when you do talk to see documentaries about magicians. Half the fun is realizing that you fooled people.
right.
Not out of a
Mhm.
malicious thing, but like this, I managed to pull that off. Whoa, you know.
Yep. Did you ever see Penn and Teller's Fool Us?
I did. I saw a
Okay.
couple
Yeah. See,
episodes of those to
yeah.
see if the
So
magician, if
same
an
thing.
amateur magician could come on and fool them, if they
Mhm.
could get a trick past those two. And I think there weren't very many episodes, obviously, where it actually happened that the person could. I think there was like one or two, but I didn't watch the whole
Um, there's
thing.
been there, yeah. I mean, it's relative to the entire run of the show. There was not a lot,
Right.
but there's been a few. Like they're all you can see them all on YouTube.
Hmm.
Um, my favorite was this card mechanic who's from Texas and blind.
Ah,
He's legitimately legally
right,
blind,
right.
and he was maneuvering cards. I can't remember the guy's Richard something.
I'll have to look up the
Very
episodes because yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
need something for just random like sit and wait in the doctor's office type. You know,
Yes. Yep.
I have a stack of those in like my playlists when you gotta wait somewhere and you're like, okay, I don't have a book or whatever, so let me just
Go through this. Yeah. There's a lot of those. Oh, and Penn's I want to say this properly because he has a daughter. She is transitioning,
mm,
but she may also be non-binary, so I may be wrong about that. How whatever they them,
right.
how they want to be referred to as.
Sure.
They have picked up a lot of stuff
Oh,
from
cool.
the father, so they performed a trick for him and Teller, and Teller's basically been an uncle.
Right, right.
So,
Oh yeah.
so that was very special to
Oh,
see.
that's
I
cute.
think Penn has like um, tears in his eyes from just how proud he was of that.
Oh, sure.
Less government, more fun. They, them, ha ha ha. Less government, more fun. You are really weird. Oh my god.
Right. It's like, okay, there's contradictory statements there.
Yeah,
Um,
that just doesn't make any sense. You need to get an education.
right. But
You need to
anyway,
go find a teacher now.
so like, I love it. Okay, I love it how when we're talking about our trips, okay? And I love when you sit there and you think about you hear people talking about how we measure our trips. We tend to measure trips or distances in time, like in hours, instead of
Yep.
miles or whatever, especially like, in the people from the UK, it's like, well, there's a reason for that. Most of our states in the US are larger than the UK.
hmm
It's like,
Yeah.
we lose track after about the 100th mile.
Yeah. So we just say it's 5 hour drive, 6 hour drive, 7 hour drive,
Right, right.
instead of it's so many kilometers to this, that, and the other thing.
Oh, sure.
So
Well, and it's also because whenever you live in a small town like I do, to get to anywhere that has something good shopping, good shows, good whatever, like it is nothing for me to drive 2.5 hours for a day in Houston to go shopping.
hmm
That's
yep.
normal, you know?
hmm
To them, that's a whole big excursion. I'm like,
Just have it. That has to way the way it is. So
yeah.
God, I used to hear about the Louisiana. He had a huge wrestling territory. Late '70s, early '80s. It was Louisiana, Houston, Oklahoma, bit of Arkansas. It's a whole
Yeah,
that whole general area.
that little quad state, little,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. And this is back when they were doing a show every day, two shows on Sunday.
Wow.
and maybe 2 shows on Saturday. So 9 wrestling shows a week.
Yeesh.
And you have to drive to every one of them
Yep.
because this isn't necessarily going to be planned out properly. You might be going from Lafayette to West Memphis, Arkansas,
Or
to Lawton, Oklahoma, to
well, yeah, because
maybe.
if you take from Lafayette to, let's say, like Oklahoma, if you try to get to the Oklahoma state border from Lafayette or something, it's a good 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. And cars were breaking down left and right.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. You put 3,000 miles on your car in no time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because we would use, because I remember that particular trip, my dad and I, when my mom, when I was in middle school, high school, she would go to nursing conferences once a year for a week. There was one in San Francisco, there was one in Cincinnati, there was all over and so while she was gone, it was usually Mardi Gras, around Mardi Gras break around here. And so the kids would get 3 days off of school, but Dad would take me out the whole week, and we would he and I would go up to Colorado skiing. And driving the whole way, but it would take we'd leave on the Saturday, all day, 12, 13 hours, get to Amarillo, stop for the night, and then do another 8 or 10 hours on the Sunday and get to wherever it was. Usually, I think our favorite was like Winter Park in Colorado. Most snow throughout the whole year. But it was a 2-day just drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just, the candy corn stuffed animal. Yes, the candy corn plushie.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, it's got little feet. Oh,
mm-hmm.
I never noticed that.
Yep.
So I mean, it was just it was just the trip we took. It was a week, we'd spend the weekday. I think we'd come back, start driving again on the Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'd, play around in the snow and ski or whatever. And then Friday we'd start driving back. So Sunday, Dad could at least get some rest before he had to go back to work on Monday. Because me, I'm in middle school or in high school. I don't give a shit. I could bounce back easy. But, we did that for several years until his knees just couldn't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But, that was, like I said, it was nothing to take that 2-day trip,
Mm-hmm.
But we would stop halfway was Amarillo, Texas. I remember because my mom's sister lives up there. We'd stop at the Big Tex and get we never got one of the big giant steaks because we're not that crazy.
The old 96er.
Yeah, right. But they had some good, obviously good food and good, Dad wanted a steak. Okay, fine.
Okay. Mm-hmm. There was a place in Virginia that my dad and I went to. It's called the Great Steak.
Mm.
And I don't know if it was a chain or like that. I never heard about it being anywhere else. But the cool gimmick of this place was you bought your steak, they gave you the steak, and then you go to the gigantic grill in the middle of the restaurant and you prepare your own steak.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. You cook it yourself and prep it any way you want.
Yeah.
Yep. My dad, God bless him. I may have mentioned this before, but man, this was the order. I want this steak very, very, very rare, raw, cold, walking, mooing.
That was my mother. My dad, I can take the rare. That's the way rare-ish, medium rare is the way a steak should be. My dad wanted a charcoal brick.
Really?
He wanted it so dead it was a piece of charcoal. I'm like, whenever we grill steaks at home, we're like, put ours on first, and then you can finish yours. While we're gonna go eat. Like you finish burning yours.
You finish yours. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like,
I remember one of the first times Michelle and I were going out to dinner was before we were married. We're going out with my dad and my stepmom, even though they were never really married, but they were just always together.
Sure.
And I think I warned her ahead of time. I was like, okay, when we go to this restaurant, my dad's going to order steak. Just be aware.
Be aware.
He orders it a different way.
And put me across.
Yeah, she was sitting across from him too. Sorry. And she was like looking at that steak and she's like,
it's still bloody.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes.
I felt like I was at an autopsy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
How could you? Remember that scene in Alien Nation where they get the food and he's like, "What's this? This is beaver. Beaver? Yeah, it's tasty. Would you like to try some? Not on a bet."
None of the I mean, I'm used to that sort of thing. Is like down here, you never asked what great granddad put in his hot tamales. Don't
Try
ask.
weasel. Try weasel. Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, we just were never quite sure. There was a
Mhm.
dad. Another story. There was this when he was up at doing it because on when he was in doing college, he had done a little short stint in the Marines so he could come back and go to school up at Fort Polk for pretty much nothing. So he did his associate's degree up there. But he's up there, and apparently in that little town, there was this old, like practically ancient Mexican gentleman who, very kind, very soft spoken. Everybody loved him, everybody knew him, but he'd sell out of his truck these delicious hot tamales. I mean, he'd make tons of them. Well, they found eventually he had no family. So eventually, when he died, and they found someone had found him in his house, and the state takes everything, they come in through, and they found that in his house there was was practically a millionaire. This man, he had things stashed away in the bank. He had all kinds of like money under the mattress type deal and whatever. But to look at him, you wouldn't know. He dressed real simply in a pair of coveralls and just drove this beater up truck and all this kind of stuff. Well, then they go look in his freezers, in his deep freeze. There was no chicken or beef anywhere. The entire collective town threw up because every single one of them had and eaten many, especially like on like Christmas, for like day after Christmas, Boxing Day. They just go get a big for the whole family because the whole family's still there. They hadn't
Yep.
gone home yet, so they just get a whole big old case of them in a big cooler or whatever. But so yeah, the entire town collectively threw up all at once.
It's made of people.
Well, not quite people, but still.
Soylent Green.
But yeah, so and the state got all of his money because again, he had no family, he had no, whatever. But they're like, okay, well, we didn't die.
Yep, we didn't die.
And they were tasting great.
What does that tell you? That makes me think of Demolition Man. Hi, Rachel. What's going on? Demolition Man, when they're in the sewers, like, do you see cows anymore? What's this made of? Rat. It's a rat burger. I bet. And there was that episode of Tales from the Crypt starring Christopher Reeve, Superman, where who was it? Judd Hirsch? Judd Nelson. Shows up and shows Christopher Reeve and his wife a great new way of preparing food, and turns out it was human.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
but
what? Joshua, can you just try English? It'd be a lot better. Work on your grammar, dude.
Or actually type instead of using talk to text, because talk to text is
don't do that.
dumb.
Don't do that.
It don't listen.
It don't work. It don't work that good.
No, it don't listen. But so I mean, it's one of those. I have probably eaten more things in my life that I'd be like, what the? But
why?
It tasted great. I didn't die. Whatever.
You gotta survive somehow. So.
But yeah, no.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a movie called Lucky Stiff that came out in the 80s. It's a really, really kooky, campy comedy, and it's on YouTube. Michelle watched it when she was younger. I never got to see it.
Yeah.
But there's a ironic, coincidental thing with that movie. So she showed it to me. It's hilarious. But it stars a man named Joe Lasky. Now, people aren't really going to know who he is. He was a stand-up comic He did some TV, did some movies. He was great for doing voices.
Yeah.
Joe Alaskey went to elementary school with my mother.
Oh wow!
We grew up in the same area, so it was always nice to see that. But yeah, Lucky Stiff. It's yeah. He just plays this brain dead moronic type dude that does not understand, does not perceive reality of what it is.
Right.
So yeah.
Just sort of like, okay, boot do 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 do, and like everybody's looking at him like, okay.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, the
Oh,
times were different, I guess.
mhm. That's right. I was going to tell the nail story, but I can't do that on here. That has to be a private
Oh god.
conversation.
Woke up around 6 in the morning. Apparently, still had my hoodie on and my glasses, so I took them off. Went back to bed. Hey, I don't blame you. Like,
Yep. That tells how tired you were.
yeah, like I'm like the sort that I don't like stuff on my face or whatever. Whenever I'm like, I make sure I'm out my earrings, my jewelry, whatever is. I have fallen asleep with my contact lenses in though. And I wake up
Ooh.
and I'm and they're the good kind that like they don't dry your eyes out too bad or whatever. And I wake up like, wait, I can see. It's a miracle. Wait, oh
Wait a minute.
damn it! It's like God damn it! I just put my contacts in. It ain't any better. Okay, fine.
Now, because of your cosplays and stuff like that, you've probably done the multicolored type.
I have never gotten a chance to do those because the problem
Oh,
with the special effects multicolored contacts is if I wanted them in prescription to be able to see, they cost me a
mm,
lot. Like I think I looked one time and a pair of the snake eye ones for with
mhm,
my prescription and all it was like $300.
mm,
I was like, I can't do that. So I either have to just not deal with that, find another way to make the look work. Like there's a character that he has snake eyes, but he wears sunglasses most of the time anyway,
mhm.
or something like that. Or I have to get the non-prescription ones and just deal with not seeing. And I'm the cheapy non-prescription ones. I'm not real comfortable putting something that cheap in my eye.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know?
Mm. That's the one thing I cannot stand. I cannot stand anything near my eyes.
Yeah.
I never do contacts. I've seen the people, like even cosplayers do, like not just the contact. I mean the
Full
full
sclera.
eye.
Yeah.
Is that what's called sclera?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I could never do that.
Well, it's not. Let's see. I woke up 9:30 in the morning. Sun coming from my window woke me up. It was extra bright because I have two windows in the room. Okay. Yes,
Bang
you're right.
bang.
I was like, this is not fair. The sun's up. Yeah. No, I get that.
Wake up.
Wake up. No. But it's not as bad as my dad is. He cannot stand even to watch me put in contact lenses.
Mm,
It's that bad. Like he had to have, like I say, he had to have cataract surgery. Then he had to have that corneal transplant.
right,
And
yes.
the problem is with the corneal transplant, you have to do anti-rejection medicine, oral medicine plus drops for a year.
Those drops.
And
Oh.
he's still doing those. And mom practically has to hold him down to get the drops
Mhm.
in. Thank God she's retired. She has time for that.
Sorry, I went right to the Osbournes. Is it in there?
Is it in there? Is it in there? So, yeah, she's great at like doing Visine in her eyes. I've seen her eyes wide open, drop, 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 drop. I can't do that. This is how much of a wuss I am when it comes to my eyes. If I need to put Visine in,
Uh,
I close my eyes, douse my eye with Visine, and then just start doing this. It's going to leak in there, so it
somehow,
takes care
yeah.
of it somehow.
Which I meant to tell you that clear eyes doesn't burn.
Oh, good. Okay, that's a good choice.
Fine.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, there are
Anyway.
some of them. It's like, like she was saying, the particular ones that like don't burn or whatever. Okay, these eye drops are supposed to make your eyes feel better. Why do some
Mhm.
of them burn?
Why? Why do you hate us so
Let's
much?
see. I went to my parents' house yesterday because my eldest nephew turned 18 on the 14th. Oh, on the 4th. Nice.
Oh, nice. Did you get lit over there, Rachel? Is that why you
Right.
passed out?
Right. Like, depending upon where he is, he's old enough to drink now.
Mhm.
But
Read the back of the container.
yeah,
Read the fine print.
I have glasses. I can't read the fine print.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Forget
using the eye drops.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when this thing started, but apparently people can get tattoos on their eyeballs.
Ugh.
You can,
Yeah.
I suppose.
It's on, of
It's
course, it's
very
on the white part. It's not the center
sure,
part,
but
but
it's highly dangerous. And
yeah.
you like, I guess, because they do for like surgery, they numb your entire eye and it doesn't, it doesn't move, it doesn't whatever. But that's
Mhm.
highly dangerous. But whatever, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
For what reason? Why?
Mm.
What is that going to do?
You know, Len would be blind to do it.
Yeah, well, Len, I think, has half a brain, so the other half is gone.
Well,
But still,
okay, things medically like over the counter that make no sense to me. First of all, it's the things for your eyes that have the super fine print.
hmm
And then when you are sick, I don't have some with me right now, but like the cold and flu medicine in the stupid blister packs that are a pain in the ass to open, I feel sick and I'm cranky already. Why are you making it difficult?
uh-huh. hmm
You know? Like,
hmm
so it's like some of these things is like, okay, y'all, make it make sense.
Why does the word lisp have an S in it? Why there is a term for a fear of long words, and the word is like 14 letters long.
Yeah,
All these things that just don't make sense.
no, but well, that's another rant on the English language just being dumb.
Yeah,
Because it is
stupid.
not. It's technically it is not a single. It's not a single language. It never was.
No,
It was
it's
picked
an
and
amalgam
chose
of many
from
different.
all kinds of and all kinds of just random put together. You know,
hmm
and then you've got some kings way back in England who decided to just and then Shakespeare just made up shit. I mean,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Hey, Xander.
I'm gonna Google that. Okay, there's apparently I think it's 7 to 9 words that Shakespeare made up that we
Made up.
use today because he wanted a word that meant what he wanted it to mean, but fit in the iambic pentameter. Okay, let's see. Words Shakespeare invented. Let's see here.
I remember Jill did something like that.
Let's see. All right. He made up the word. Really, I did not know this. Wait, hold on. Apparently,
And she said, question, that was pretty smart ass.
okay. Rachel's apparently answering her about passing out. No, but apparently got a call while doing laundry asking if I was still coming over. I said yes, but apparently they ate without me and played Uno No Mercy for the first time. Oh God. You gotta tell Michelle.
Rachel says hi.
Okay, so apparently he made up the word addiction, alligator, assassination, bedazzled bedroom, blushing, cold-blooded, critic, dwindle, elbow as a verb, like to elbow somebody, fashionable gossip, green-eyed for jealousy, hint, hobnob, hurry, inaudible, jaded, lackluster. Like, oh my God, there's a lot. But like some of these words, like I have to send this list to you because I never realized that he just made
No.
all these up.
Stop acting like you guys didn't blow up the litter box. I know you did.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
It wasn't
we're
me.
innocent.
I don't see you moving.
Thank you.
I mean, that is a joke.
I know. It's all good.
I noticed I could hear him digging. I went, why are they waiting so long? Just wait.
One of them was digging there the minute we laid down last night.
Okay, I want to know though, how did he
Course.
manage to make up alligator? How had he ever seen one?
How did he? Yeah.
Because he got it right, a large carnivorous reptile closely related to the crocodile, and he put it in Romeo and Juliet, Act 5, Scene 1. Where did he ever find like what? Okay.
That's another Google search to do.
I know, right? Has the other
Rachel, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
So we Oh, ham, gator on pizza?
Yes. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
had it.
Oh,
Pretty
I
good.
miss it so much.
Tell Michelle I like her mug.
Yes, I will do that. Yeah, your mug is awesome, dear.
Birthday gift.
Um,
When did Carol and Dad first start dating? 2023.
20,
2023.
23, yes. Mhm.
So it was around September. Everything was cat themed.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, for gator's good if it's cooked right. It's kind of like
Mhm.
calamari, let's say. You
Yeah,
cook it
it's like
too,
shrimp. Yeah.
you cook it too long, it's all chewy and it's not any good.
Mhm.
You know?
The bell curve, the Alton Brown bell curve.
Mhm.
Which did you see? I did send you a video a while ago in DMs that Alton
Saw
Brown's
that.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
He's doing cooking stuff again. So
Yeah.
I was like, ha ha,
Yeah.
ha
I've
ha.
seen this is Good Eats, the Cutthroat Kitchen. Oh my
The
God.
kitchen.
All
Mhm.
those, I love it. And the couple of times he's been close by, like in Houston or New Orleans or whatever, doing, I haven't been able to go.
Mm.
Like, damn it.
I got to see him. It was the night before Halloween, but it was a long time ago.
Live.
And live, yeah.
Mhm.
So he does his he comes out with a guitar, he starts playing music
Mhm.
and does all that stuff. Then he does some jokes and he does some cooking stuff. And at the end of the show, he did this gigantic popcorn maker that was
Yeah.
the size of a missile.
Right. I think he's done those. He's done a bunch of Rube Goldberg machines that end up cooking or making something, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
and Bessie went one time in Houston like 2 years ago and went when I couldn't go. I'm like,
Mm.
we're keeping track of this. Oh, thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
That's
Very
very
nice of
nice
you.
of you. We appreciate that. But yeah, so I was like, okay, bestie, the window for when I delete your browser history when you die is shortening.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like this is the ones you have those friends where it's like, oh, this is who you trust to have all your passwords, so that when you die, they delete all your browser history or something. So,
Yep. They know where your porn stash is. So
right? It's like, or to what is it? What is it? Like delete all the text messages talking about Weird Aunt Sally because she might inherit. Your kids might inherit, so be nice. You know.
be nice to her. Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah.
Kids today.
Or play, as the coffin is being lowered into the as the coffin's being lowered into the ground, playing ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch, the
Oh,
witch is
yeah.
dead.
Mhm.
Stuff, shit like that we'll probably never actually do because we're going to be bawling our
No.
eyes out, but still.
Mm.
Let's see,
Oh,
Rachel,
you get that? Okay.
we talked about gator yesterday and I said I wanted to try it. Apparently I tried it in Louisiana when I was little, but I was too little to remember. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all over the place here.
Mm.
We'll have at least once a season down in the middle of town, wildlife and fisheries is called because there's a gator walking down the street.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got to actually fly me out for Christmas. Yeah, right.
I can't afford it, babes.
Fly me to the moon.
I can maybe afford a trip to my backyard.
Hi, Catherine.
That's about it.
I have my friend Pixie sending me Instagram DMs. She lives near the Everglades in
Oh,
Florida,
yeah.
so she's very adept to seeing alligators.
Oh yeah, and they're not like little ones. No, they're like 6 to 8 foot
Mhm.
car length
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. Like just walking down the street.
Lake Placid.
Just be walking down the street. And you see those videos on.
Tell them what your mother asked you.
What?
For that $10,000.
About what?
Your mother asked you what would you do to get $10,000.
Well, no, we were having a conversation. Michelle's asking me.
No, your mother.
Yeah, I was talking with my mom a couple weeks ago, and I don't really know how we got in the conversation, but I said, if you had all the resources at your fingertips, what would you do right now? She's like, I'd fly to Italy.
Yeah,
go see my family.
sure.
Go see our history there. Like, yeah, that makes sense. And she asked me, I'm like, uh, I would like pay off every bill we have, of
There's
course.
that. Yeah.
Um, and it would just, if I had those resources, we'd be going to New York, have lunch with my mom. We'd go to Jersey to see my sister and her family. We'd be going to Vegas.
Oh yeah. Now Vegas is not worth it. Vegas is not worth it. Been
Yeah,
there.
yes,
Eh,
I remember that story. Yep. And yes, the big thing for Michelle would be a beach vacation because that's her dream.
there you go.
So,
Yeah.
whereas I'll be inside in the AC watching TV.
Well, make sure it has a big screen window so you can look out at me.
But
That's fine.
this
That's fine.
complexion is not meant for the
Yeah,
beach.
this doesn't work.
Well, you don't think I'll be wearing a big hat?
Get you a beach umbrella and just park it.
Park your ass there.
That's
Exactly.
that was what we would do in college when we'd take a trip down to Galveston with all the beaches there. Is we'd have all of our stuff. We'd have the coolers, we'd have the beach blankets and all this, all of our bags and whatever. I'd park under a beach umbrella with all of the stuff, guard all the stuff, and everybody else would go swimming and tanning or whatever. But it's like, look, I'll I got the beach umbrella. I will
I'm saying
save
that,
our
yeah.
spot.
Show everybody that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, off subject.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, we are not putting up a Christmas tree this year. We don't trust the new boy, Darius, to
Right.
not destroy it.
Yeah.
So, we had the
Crystal was
idea,
asking
we're going,
about that. Yeah.
oh, let's see, do y'all have a Christmas tree? And y'all, oh, there you go. Yeah, we do. We have two Christmas trees. We have a 6-footer and a 3-footer.
Mhm.
However, we have 3 cats now, and the new boy, this is his first Christmas with us.
The girls don't
And
bother.
the girls don't bother it.
Mm.
We tested that. But the new boy, we're not too sure. So usually we put the 3-footer up and just do lights and some pretty special decorations. We're not doing that this year. The idea was to get like some Christmas garland, not garland, but get Christmas just like greenery stuff like that we could put around the archway into our kitchen.
Yeah.
It still has fall decorations on it,
Yeah.
and we'll hang stuff from that. Well, Michelle goes on Amazon and she finds something along those lines, and it shows up yesterday, and this is what it looks like.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
So,
For a reason.
it was $6 for a reason. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that's not going to work.
Well, I've got one of
Mm.
those a giant wreath that I'm gonna put because my mom has made me over the years some ornaments and they're gorgeous. When I pull them out, I'll show everybody. But obviously, my cat, I'm not gonna have them down there where she can get at them. So I put a wreath on the wall and I put the ornaments on it. I've got them instead of
Mm.
just the hooks. I have alligator clips to really stick it on the branches. You know what I mean? So and I put lights on it and I put a table with my presents underneath it instead of a tree. You know?
Mhm. Yep.
I bet you if we drove our asses to Michael's, they probably have the stuff where we got
Oh,
this.
probably, yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's probably 50% off. Right?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't
Probably.
want to make that.
I'm not driving an hour south for that. So, no.
No, we'll go back up to Kenny's and see if they
Yeah,
have
we
that
gotta
greenery
see if they have that green
and
stuff up there. I
Well, I
should
can
just grab
send
that.
you a link. I just bought some garland off of Amazon.
Mhm.
And it's actual garland. I think it's like 20 foot, whatever. But I can
Mhm.
send you the link for that. I think it was only, let's see, let me pull it up and see if I can figure out how much it was.
So a lot both Rachel and Crystal, you could put a pet gate around the tree so cat can't stick the hand before the baby gate. Yep, I've heard about that too. I've seen people put online putting Christmas trees in glass enclosures and stuff like that. Kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion, of
And
even
then
putting
we
up to
watch
begin
the
with.
cat videos, and they still figure out. a way
They'll
to
still
get
find a way. They'll
Right,
still find
right.
a way to get in there. So.
That's the problem is, and the next thing is put a baby gate. Cats jump.
Mm-hmm.
They don't bother with our arches. They
No.
don't care about these because they can't reach them.
They can't reach them. Yeah, and they know that. So.
Right. I mean, it's like, why? Okay, here we go. It's 4 packs, 4 strands, 72 feet total, and it is currently on sale for $12.99.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I think that's exactly what we were looking at up there.
Probably.
Now,
I mean,
they have
if it's not here, yeah, we'll
We'll
take
snag
that
it.
link.
Mhm.
yeah,
Because
or
we're probably not going to
or they have an
We're
option
not even
for
going to
a
decorate anything
yeah, or they have an
until
option for
after
a
the kids are big.
2-pack that's only 36 feet.
Ah,
So anyway, yeah, I'll
If
send
you
that
don't
to
get
you.
it down, we're putting something up. It's just.
Well,
gonna be,
yeah.
we can't help
I
ourselves.
mean,
We've had this up since what, August?
I can't remember.
Spook
It was,
season is a long time for us. So
Well, September to Thanksgiving, we usually leave up
Mhm.
these because it's fall-ish.
ish.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But once they hit
Ish.
below zero,
right. Well, I gotta go get dressed and go do my thing.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I got stuff to do around here too, unfortunately.
yeah, fun conversations.
New video is up on my channel. A reaction request from Carnival.
Mm.
It's a reaction to Randy Travis's 3 Wooden Crosses. It's a fun one. I'll just say that. And we have one more episode that we recorded. It's the Carol of the Bells.
Mhm.
I got to do that for you and get that going. And as of right now, still we are planning the December 20th
20th. Yep.
stream for us
We don't have
to
a
do a
time yet.
hangout thing.
Just
No,
we'll get there. We'll let you know. But
Yeah. Figure that out.
yeah. But thank you all for
Uh,
joining us. It was fun.
Yep.
Funny.
Thank you. No, Crystal, we found those separately on Amazon. So
Mm.
look up cat. Look up
just
cat
cat
Christmas tree
decorations and you'll see them.
ornaments.
So
They're made of felt.
Ah,
So
I made a film. So
yeah, good. All right. I will talk at you guys later. I will be on TikTok tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central Time, having coffee.
Mhm.
So I'll see
Yes,
y'all
sir.
later.
Be safe, everyone.